The main issue coming out is to do with the economy. People are worried about bread and butter issues, the runaway exchange rate, stability in the economy, the jobs, school for the young, jobs for even the young adults. The women, they want to have decent work, they want projects, even agricultural land. People need that. SMEs, they need support. So what has come out of this is very clear, and it informs us as we finalize our manifesto. And we are clear, we've got clear policies on people living with disabilities. We've met them in various provinces. They are saying they are tired of getting handouts. They want to be taught how to fish and not to be given the fish. They want to be empowered as people living with disabilities so that they can be able to work and look after themselves. So we will be able to provide that as a ZCPD government. The youth want access to education, be it tertiary education, at colleges or even at university. They want safety nets to be able to protect those that are not able to fund the education, that are not able to pay the fees. So we need to be able to create those safety nets and give access to that higher level tertiary education and skills for them to be able to do work. The youths will be able to provide funding for their projects. We would want to see the land audit finalized and the results dealt with, so that we have one man, one farm, and we have the size of farm being productive and the people on the farms being productive, so that those that haven't yet got access to land, including the youth, including the women, including people living with disabilities, can also get access to land and can be able to produce for this country. And our agrarian revolution can become more productive, and we can get back to being the bread basket of Africa. We are looking at the women who want to be in SMEs, getting funding support, getting requisite skills and support services to be able to work for themselves, to be able to have decent work and to do decent projects which bring value to their families. So these are the issues that have been coming up. And the exchange rate issue, we are now, as you know, we are now calling even for a second currency indaba, because last year, as part of Pollard, we managed to do the currency indaba, which brought about recommendations which stabilized the exchange rate for the benefit of everybody, and even government acknowledged that. Now things are getting out of hand. Some of the policies that were put in place are being relaxed or are being not implemented as they have been implemented, and the exchange rate is now going crazy, and prices are going crazy in line with the exchange rate, and people are suffering. So we are now leading the call for us as a country to have a currency indaba, where these ideas can be reiterated, where new ideas can be proffered, so that we stabilize the currency market, we stabilize the exchange rate, we stabilize prices, and people can be able now to afford basic products and services, and so that we can be able to move forward as a country with economic development. Economic development is our major point as ZCPD. That is the missing link in Zimbabwe. That is what everybody is crying about, and that is what we are focused on as ZCPD, to bring about economic development. That is why we are the Zimbabwe Coalition for Peace and Development. And we believe that Zimbabweans working together, it is only when we work together that we can proffer solutions together, that we can lead our country together, and that we can improve our country together. In the past, people were just focusing on toppling ZANU-PF. We are not focusing on that. We are focusing on building our country. We are focusing on creating an environment of unity and peace and development, which brings on board everybody. It can even bring some who used to be in ZANU-PF some who used to be in C or MDC, some who were not involved in political parties, some in the church, some who were not even happy with the type of political activity that was happening. So ours is not about toppling ZANU-PF. Ours is about building Zimbabwe, doing away with the silo mentality and the polarization, creating a vehicle which can bring everybody on board. This is why right now, even as we speak, we are already saying, even if we win, we want an inclusive government. We believe that's what this country needs right now. And that's what the people want. They want us to have a government which brings the best of Zimbabwe together so that they can lead our country forward. So the principle of the coalition is totally different from the previous coalitions that you are talking about. And that principle resonates with the people. It's not about political parties. It's about the people. That's why we have civil society organizations, we have residents associations, we have churches. We will have even candidates of people who are not in any of the political parties. We will have people who are pastors with their churches who are coming to be candidates. So this is about building Zimbabwe, creating a vehicle and a platform for us all to come and build Zimbabwe. And I'll tell you this, Zimbabwe will never develop as long as we are polarized. It will only start developing when we come together in the philosophy and this way that we are talking about as ZCPD. So win or lose, I'll tell you this country will only develop when we start pulling together. And ZCPD is the initiation of a vehicle that can bring people together. And a philosophy of politics which is about building the lives of our people, working together and bringing the best of us to take this country forward. No, Triple C do not want to have a coalition with anybody. And us as well, we don't believe that we share the same values and principles with them. So it is difficult to even look at a coalition going into elections with them. Because, for example, I'll tell you something very clear about sanctions. They don't believe that there are sanctions in Zimbabwe. We know that there are sanctions in Zimbabwe. And that's one of the things that we will be working. We have already been working on pushing for sanctions to be lifted. And we will be working for that going forward. So where there are fundamental differences like that, it is not possible for you to have a coalition going into elections. So, but we believe we are where the people want. For example, like I told you, people like Triple C or even ZANU-PF believe that they can go it alone and form a government and be able to lead this country. But we are telling you that both of them cannot do it alone. This country needs the best of us to all work together. This is why we are talking about an inclusive government. They don't even believe in that. But we are very clear from the outset that that's what we need. We know that with time, maybe even them, they will realize it. And at that stage, maybe we can be able to work together. We believe that ZCPD will be the next government because it is resonating with what the people want. The people want an inclusive government. The people are tired of what has been happening in the last 20 years. We've been having ZANU-PF and MDC or Triple C in the last 20 years. One has been in charge of national government. The other one is in charge of local authorities. Both of them have failed in their jurisdictions. People are tired of no water and sewage in local authorities, which is Triple C, MDC. People are tired of an economy which is not working at national level. That is ZANU-PF. People were yearning for something fresh that can help to get them out of this situation. We are giving people now a viable alternative through ZCPD. We've been explaining why we joined Poland and what we've been doing in Poland. And it was just because of the desire for us to create a better Zimbabwe, even if we were not yet in government. But Pollard presented us with an opportunity to contribute to improving the situation in the country for the people of Zimbabwe. I've been talking about what we've done in terms of Pollard Economic Summit 2020, Pollard Currency Indaba. Even now, people are asking us if we can't do another currency Indaba. It's, because people are stranded on what to do. So Pollard has given us this platform to interface with government and to make a difference, which we have managed to do. And so we are not apologetic about that. We did this to be in Pollard for the sake of improving the livelihood of people of Zimbabwe. And we have managed to score some successes in that regard. Now we are going to elections. There will be no more Pollard. Everybody will be contesting for political power. So we go into our camp now as ZCPD and compete for political power. That's what we have been doing. And so we believe that what we have done in the last 5 years in Pollard is far much better than what Triple C have been doing, shouting from a corner. We have impacted the lives of the people. We are our own parties in our own right. We contested the 2018 elections. That was the criteria of being in Pollard. Everybody was invited, including Triple C and MDC. They chose not to participate, but the criteria was parties which contested the presidential election in 2018. The rest of us participated. And through Pollard, we have eased political tensions in Zimbabwe. We have contributed to some semblance of stability in the economy where we could, and in instances where things were getting out of control. That does not make us part of ZANU-PF. We are not part of ZANU-PF. We are competing against ZANU-PF right now, and we hope to be able to defeat them and become government in future. Okay, 2018 was 5 years ago, and it's gone. There are those who won and those who lost 2018. 2023 is a different ball game altogether. Even us, we are no longer in the same organizations that competed in 2018. We are now in a coalition of parties, ZC 2018, as I have explained. So now, in this election, the game is between ZANU-PF, Triple C, and ZCPD. That is the only game in town. And we believe we have the best value proposition for the people of Zimbabwe. We believe we are bringing something fresh to the politics of Zimbabwe, which was not there in the last 20 years, which we have experienced failure as a country with the other two. So we are bringing a third force now, which can make the difference in Zimbabwe.